Irene Brenner, and I am a parent of 2 children in Broward County Public Schools. I would like to speak to you today about an issue that really troubles me. I am a physical therapist, and in the medical field, we follow evidence-based practice. What that means is there is research evidence to support treatments that are used. This holds true for therapists, physicians, and anyone providing medical care to live people. What truly bothers me about education is that this same rule does not apply. Let me give you 2 examples. We know from many years of research that physical activity and free play is essential for young children. And yet, with the narrowing of curriculum and increased time needed for test prep, many children have lost PE as a special and have lost recess as well. That makes no sense for a 5-year-old, and with the growing childhood obesity problem, it certainly makes no sense for any child. And yet, when presented with a bill to ensure that every school provides mandatory recess, our Florida senators refused to even let that bill be heard. Why are we not following the evidence? Another example of where education policy is going against research is in the area of teacher evaluation and VAM. The formula for VAM is supposed to demonstrate the effectiveness of the teacher on student learning by means of their test scores. However, the American Statistical Association strongly cautioned against their use in individual and high-stakes teacher evaluations in 2014. It's 2016 now. According to the American Statistical Association, most research suggests that teacher input accounts for only 1 to 14% of the variation among student scores. So let that sink in for a second. 1 to 14%. And that is what we are basing part of teacher evaluation and pay on. Apparently, the experts believe this data does not count for much, but it is still being used. Recently, Sherry Lederman, a teacher in New York State, won her case against the New York State Commission. The judge ruled that the evaluation she received based on her VAM was arbitrary and capricious and vacated her evaluation. I wonder how many other teachers in other states need to file a suit against their state to send this message. This form of evaluation is not valid and should not be used. I would also love to cite the vast amount of research that we have that goes against the curriculum of Common Core itself, but I only have 3 minutes. Moving forward, I would really encourage every member of the school board to think outside the box. What can each of you do to improve education for our children? Who can you talk to? How can you spread the word about the issues at hand? Make the effort to speak out at interviews, network, do what you can to make small changes, small steps forward that can start to turn the tide. It is your opportunity, your responsibility, and your job. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Linda Oles. Ms. Rosemary Jensen. Mr. Ronald Barish.